This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
AI is moving fast across the enterprise. But without visibility, it's just chaos. Different tools, different models, different teams using AI in completely different ways. ServiceNow turns that chaos into control. With the AI Control Tower, you see all your AI across the business in one place. What it's doing, what it's done, and what it's about to do. So you stay in control. To put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we get started today, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shoe machine in the market. I've said this multiple times. We own 3 of them. I want a 4th and a 5th. My AAD's listening to me, but they're so great. They work so well. They're so easy to set up. I think my record is 37 seconds or 32 seconds to set it up. But mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Mention Coach Collins, they'll take really good care of you. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. This is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's everything you need from a nationally ranked. We won 3 state titles. I think we were just talking recently. We've won over 460 games in our program and lost 130 over the last 20 years. And I think we know the secret sauce to be successful, the roadmap, what it takes on and off the court. So go over and check it out and enjoy the podcast. Bye.
How you doing, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, thanks for taking the time to do this.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, just a couple questions. Actually, I remember oh my gosh, what year was it? You guys won state, and I believe I was at the game. Double overtime against the Pier.
3. There's
What
3
year?
overtimes. 3 overtimes. 2011. Yeah, it was the only triple overtime game ever in the state championship.
That was crazy.
Tournament. It was I should have retired. I've told people I should have retired because I don't know if I could ever win again. I don't know if I could ever. Yeah. Anyway, when you watch that game, I still don't know how we won it. I don't know how we won.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was there.
That was crazy. It was great because a lot of people in the state, people still come up to me about it because the Badgers had just won, maybe go to the Sweet 16. And everyone had flipped the channels at home. They were watching it wherever they were playing. I don't remember where they were playing.
You guys had to come back, I think.
We had to come back every overtime and regulation. And the kid did in the second overtime, the first or second, the kid did a Weber. He called the timeout and they didn't have one. And we had a free throw like 3 seconds to go and put it into another one.
I didn't remember that.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a link. You can watch the last. it will jack. I watch it every once in a while. I'll watch it. It's like, oh my gosh, how did we? I had to come home and watch it. I couldn't remember anything that happened. It was crazy.
One of those games where you get into it at the end, and you know that if you win that game, you're gonna be on top of a mountain, and if you lose that game, you're gonna be so heartbroken for your kids.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's hard. I've told people the hardest game, my first time we went to the state tournament, we were undefeated the entire season and lost in the state finals. And I still feel that was my fault because I was a young coach and I hadn't been there. And I haven't watched that game. I still haven't watched the game. That was 18 years ago.
But that's the right way to in my opinion, to approach it. I mean, when I was a younger coach, I look back and I just looking at some of the stuff you've got or listening to other coaches. There was a time where I thought I knew what I was doing,
Right. I
and
know less than when I started, as I
I'll
feel like
never
now.
I'll never think that way again. And maybe the kids are because I want them to be accountable. Maybe they're sick of me saying like, hey, that was my fault, or you got to point the finger back at yourself. And I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
you got to have an open mind. Otherwise, these
I'll tell you a
coaches,
story. I'll tell you a story. Like, was it last year? It was last year. One of my best players at the free throw line. We were up. We were up to, gosh, there's like 6 seconds to go in the end of the game, and I don't call a timeout. I figure he's gonna make it, then I'm gonna call the timeout. Well, he missed it. They came down, hit a three. So we'd have been up four. He'd have made it. We'd have been up four. So they tied it. They won it, and they won it in overtime. And then the first thing out of my mouth in the locker room was, It's my fault. I should have taken a timeout. That was my fault. I will own that. You can blame me for that. Let's learn from this, because we all make mistakes. But it's like
yeah, no,
I
that's
wouldn't have said that at 27. I wouldn't have said that at 27. I would have come up with some other reason. But I've
of course.
coached enough games now. I know.
Um, hey, I wanted to ask you specifically, and I haven't seen a lot of stuff out there on this, and so I'm a varsity coach, and going into my 7th year, coaching girls. Never thought I'd be coaching girls, but here I am. I noticed it happened a couple times last year. So I've got, um, well, I will have 3 to 4 assistants on the bench, and
So is it 3 or is it 4?
well, I've been, well, I got to talk to one because we expect our kids to go. I guess let's talk about assistant coaches.
Okay.
We and I do, and my JV coach understands this too. We expect the kids to be all in, and the summertime is probably my most frustrating part because it's the time where you can come ahead or get better and close the gap. And I also think my AD agrees too. The WIA and what Wisconsin is doing for summer is just makes no sense, especially since neighboring states are like,
It's weird. The summer is weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. I
it
agree.
is. And, so I've been putting together like workouts and, my AD even agrees too. He used to be like, hey, make sure you abide by this and abide by that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, and so we're really trying to hammer home the strength and workout stuff. And
Are they doing the workouts?
are they? Well, we just started. I wanted to have it done by the beginning of June,
Right.
um, to hand that out and stuff like that. And it's just the strength part because our what's she called physical therapy person or
Yeah.
someone who works at Theta Care was also putting something together where they could do it at home because we have some kids that our freshmen, sophomores don't
Yeah.
drive yet.
Yeah.
Well, and I was making accountability web, but are some of our, you know, assistant coaches just nothing, MIA. And I guess I never really paid attention to it in the past. And I'm really trying to focus on the culture and bring everybody together. And like I was talking to my JV coach,
So
we expect to,
who's MI? Is it your JV coaches involved? Obviously, right?
yes,
It's more your freshman coaches.
yeah, assistants. So we only have 2 teams.
Okay.
So I have, I have an, assistant on varsity,
Okay.
assistant on JV. We had 5 total last year,
Okay.
and we might have 5 this year. Let's just assume we have 5. 2 of them
Okay.
are just missing in action. And
And but are they volunteers?
yeah, but I do pay them a little bit, but technically yes, they're volunteers.
Okay.
And I don't know if I should I just
So
I guess
here I'm going to tell you. So here's my theory. So
go ahead.
with assistant coaches, is you're obviously other coach should be 100% in as much as you. um,
Mm-hmm.
and all like my varsity assistant, my JV coach, and I were in the gym this morning, and we were just texting jokes back and forth, literally like 5 minutes ago. So we're all in for the next week, and then once August 1 starts, we kind of back off until school starts because of
Mm-hmm.
football, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would from if I was you, you two have to be 100% in, like 110% in.
Yep.
The other, to be me personally, I have one volunteer assistant. I have two volunteer assistants. One's probably more in than me in some respects, and the other one just helps during the season, and that's what he can do. And he's a CEO of a big company, whatever. So I don't think it hurts relationships with the kids. I don't think it hurts buy-in. They're looking to the two captains of the two ships. Now, does it make your life easier? Yes. Like I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. My assistant coach is going to do the open gym. So yes, if everyone's bought in, it makes it easier. I just think it's harder to find those people that are going to be like you and me. You know, I yeah. When we had
Yeah.
one of
No.
our contact days, I literally had a dream about a drill where you kind of line, and the kids were laughing. But I literally did have a dream, like because we can't keep people in front of us during our summer league. So it's like, so I had a dream about a drill because that's where my brain is. It's like that's not healthy. That's where it
Yeah.
is.
I
Um,
I agree with you. I do
yeah,
because I'm thinking about the if they're paid. I guess the other part of this that's a dilemma is one assistant coach. So JV last year was split between two. We had one that's all in, and then I have another one who actually knows the game really well, and he just came back on after being gone a year. And he was supposed to be the assistant, but he kind of like because he knows what he's doing more, she let
right.
him say he did most of the game. It was really weird. So they
Yeah,
split it. They split it. And he's the one who's been kind of missing in action. And it's like I think that's a
yeah.
conversation.
You can only have one captain of a ship. To be honest with you, that's my theory. Because they're gonna look to who's there and who's like, yeah. I mean, if you're trying to build culture and you're trying to build leadership and you're trying to build doing stuff and you're trying to build, because to be honest with you, about 15 years ago, once AAU started ramping, my summer has changed. I mean, I try to maintain and work on skills, and I tell the players all the time, this is the selfish part of the your basketball career is to work on you and your strength and your shooting and your scoring. Because to be honest with you, I can't go. I can't watch in the summer half the time because they don't. There's. I mean, it's just not the same.
Yeah,
Um, it's frustrating for me. Like it's
it's
not.
yeah. I totally get what you're saying.
You know
It's
what I'm
really
saying?
tough.
It's like so. I do the summer leagues. I think it's important for relationships and building. And I do.
Yeah, yeah,
We do a couple things. What we have pivoted into is just opening the gym up a lot, like a lot.
yeah.
Letting them come in, letting them shoot, letting them play, all that stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've only had two staffs in my entire career, so I'm blessed.
That's good.
Yeah,
But
and we all have kind of our wheelhouse. That's the key to good assistants is find people that are good at what you're not good at, and what you don't want to do.
hmm
Like,
yeah, when you're talking about the summer, we had a tournament on Friday in Nina, and obviously Nina's hosting, and the guy's like, I'm missing like my top four players there at AAU.
right,
And then just talking to some parents and some other coaches there, and I was just kind of beside myself. I coach at a small school, like we're D3, and it's tough. It's tough. We're not like, for example,
you're tough. I bet you have tough time getting a team, probably
yeah,
like to
um,
play. I mean, I have time. I have tough time sometimes this summer. I got 15 guys that want to hoop.
are you able to, and maybe you've heard of this, and I don't really, I guess I'm not in this situation. This is just what I've heard. Hortonville. I'll tell you two stories. And I know that coach. But I've been told that in the bigger schools are like, hey, you gotta focus on one sport. Like we go to summer league in DC Everest, and there's like Marshfield is just phenomenal. They got five girls. Like my whole team, none of them would make the team. They're
Right.
super. And one parent says, hey, you know how much better they could be? Their top three girl, who was a freshman last year, she's also an all-state soccer player. And the coach said, listen, you have to be here in the summer for basketball. You have to be all in, or we don't want you. She quit basketball, and there's still going to be a
I
top
would
20.
never do that. I would never do that. Like
Yeah,
I think, well, think about my last state tournament team in 2017. Jake Ferguson's playing for the Dallas. He's starting for the Dallas Cowboys. Like basketball was because his friends were playing it. You
well,
know. It's like no. I like. First of all, if you do any reading on studies, multiple
yeah,
sport athletes are good, and
I agree.
especially for girls, they shouldn't be doing the same motions. They're gonna blow out their
Yeah.
knee.
Now, and you know more about this than I do, but I've been reading stuff. Is there truth to the rumor? Because somebody tried to argue against me, like D1 college coaches, they're looking for three sport athletes.
They're looking for multiple sport athletes if they can.
Yeah, yeah.
Three, three is hard, and like I mean, we're the sixth largest high school in the
Well, it
state. It's hard, yeah.
just tells me that they are preparing themselves for the real world by taking on those tasks, by being busy. Um,
Well, no, you know what
so
it is too. Jake's playing in the NFL. Unbelievably good football player. Played for the
uh,
Badgers. Unbelievable. He wasn't my best basketball player. He was like my third or fourth best basketball player. But it made him a better human being, I think, to not be the
mhm,
guy. Like, now he was really good. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
He wasn't the guy. Like Chris Knight was the guy, and I had some other guys that were guys. Like he was just a good athlete that could hoop. Um,
So, um, the other
no,
part, and the more important question I wanted to ask you is, I started to notice this, and I guess I'll ask you what your take is on what you do. By the end of the season, some of our assistant coaches just I I rely on one of them to make the substitutions.
and
And
you don't do that.
I used to, and I tried it. I don't like it.
I know
I
you don't like it. I think you need to do it.
thank you. Okay.
I think
And
100% you need to do it because, to be honest with you, that's the most power we have in a powerless world. They know when push comes to shove, no matter because I've got I've got three assistants sitting on my bench. They know I'm the one making the decision how much they're playing. They know the buck stops here,
well,
and
that,
I think that's important.
I was hoping you'd say that because I was already prepared to make that call because there's a couple times where I wanted to make a set play and all of a sudden she's taking out the girl that was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
No. And the thing is, to be honest with you, it's I consider coaching like a rock concert. It's not a symphony, it's a rock concert. It's so fast and moving.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of what I'm doing is just trying to move the puzzle pieces. And now, do I have assistant coaches that tell me, hey, Sam needs to come out? Absolutely. And then I can tell I know Sammy's been on my varsity 2 years. Next year, his third year. I can look at his face and tell, oh crap, he needs a blow, and boom, he's out. Like, or
Yeah.
hey, he hasn't had a blow this half. You got to find him a rest. Like I
Yeah.
want that. Like my assistant coaches know they can tell me anything. They know also that I'm going to make the final decision. But when we have a timeout, like a full, they'll come and I keep asking them the whole game. What do you think? Should we change defenses? What do you think? Blah blah blah. In a timeout, it is literally like a machine gun. One of them will be saying something, one of them will be saying something, one will be, and all I do is I just grab what I think we need, and then I go to the huddle. Like, because I
Uh,
already have my thoughts in my head, but I want their input because they see things differently than me.
do
Uh,
you how many so varsity game, there's you, how many assistants do you
yep. So
have?
I have me. I have the JV or sophomore coach, who's not around at practice, so he doesn't know our guys. He does because he coaches them all summer when we have our contact days. But and he's my point guard from my 2017, my last state tournament team. So he knows what he's doing. He's my sophomore coach. Then I've got 3 coaches on the bench. I have so I have me and 4 coaches. They all have different tasks, to be honest with you.
Okay. So that was my main question.
Yep.
And you answered the one about substitutions, but I want to narrow their focus, and I want
you have to give them a job, otherwise they're on the officials too freaking much, and they can't.
Yeah, I want to basically we talk about this with kids, empowering them and giving them autonomy,
Yep.
but I want to narrow their focus and say whether it's
offense, defense. So I have one coach that keeps track of every possession. So he has a little cheat sheet and he keeps track of the possessions. I think it's in Teach Hoops. He keeps track of it, whether we score or don't score, or whether they score and what we're in and what they're in. It's a little sheet. I think it's in Teach Hoops. If it's not, I'll find it.
Yeah, let me know, because
yeah, I'm sure I did a class on. I just got to find it. I'll write myself a note. But anyway, so he keeps track of that, and then what he does is we have a rule that if you score on us 3 possessions in a row, we change our defense, no matter what. No matter what, we change it because it's not working. If you score 3 straight times, we're out. If we're in a zone, we're man. If we're 1-3-1, we're going to a matchup. If we're in matchup, we're doing something. And it kind of works the same way with offense. If we're not scoring, he'll say, "Hey, man, we haven't scored the last 5 possessions. Maybe we need to change up and try something." So that's his sole task. That is like literally, oh my gosh, like he's so good. You know, he's in his 70s. He's keeping
track of your possessions and saying, "Coach, it's been 3-4 possessions here, or not." Okay,
because there's been multiple times, and it's a math teacher and stats teacher. I like statistics. There's been multiple times I've turned to him and gone, "We got to get out of this defense," and he goes, "Steve, we've stopped them the last 6 times." No, because maybe we're not scoring, so my perception is not reality.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Okay.
And then I trust him because he's keeping it and it's never wrong. So it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. And then we try to maybe change something offensively. So I have one person doing that. I have one person watching conditioning. Are they tired? Do they need to come out? Are they not playing hard? Okay, so I have another coach doing that. Then I have another coach keeping track of all the key statistics, bonuses, free throws, shooting percentage. And then usually the sophomore coach, I don't have him do anything because he just coached a game and now he's trying to coach so I let him just kind of zone a little bit because it's hard when you've coached a game and then I don't know, I couldn't do that. I remember those days. So he keeps a shot chart. We have our managers doing that, so he'll grab the shot chart sometimes and do those kind of things. So they all have a task during the game. My task is personnel. Is who's in, who's not in, what are we running, what are we not running. That's my job.
Okay.
10 years ago it would have been working the officials, but I don't do that as much anymore because it doesn't really work.
Know what you mean. I used to get on them more, and now I just try and
I got so many other things to worry about. I can't worry about that. Now, if it's bad or something, whatever, I'll let them know. I'll chirp in, but very rarely anymore.
They're not going to change the call.
No, and it's like, yeah, they're just anyway.
I've learned that through the years.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach, a trip to the state fair, and a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
With officials, everything I try and talk to them. When I do talk to them, I put it in question form. So it it makes them engage with you instead of you making a statement where you're telling them they're wrong and right away.
Right. Well, half the time it's like, I just want to know, like, hey, what did Sam do? Or how can we not get that call? What are we like, what are we doing wrong? Like, you're right. It's like, that's most of the time that's it. And whatever. Most of them
Yeah.
don't listen to me anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Um, so you got a guy keeping track of possessions. I do like that. I also like because that's like the flow of the game.
Yep.
And you said conditioning a player, so
So
you're
I have
making
a guy. I have them watching the players. Are they working hard? Are they tired? Are they not running back? Are they not diving on the floor? Some of those big picture things. It's hard because I'm looking at all the chess pieces, not
basically the conditioning of them.
Yeah,
And I
hustle,
I like
hustle condition is what I would refer to it as.
that.
Because hustle, you can tell if someone's hustling, and
Um,
yeah,
yeah, so they might say, "Hey, Steve, Jim he's struggling to get
he's
back,"
struggling. He's not. It's like boom, out. Like
and you
yes.
look and you're like,
And
"Okay, you make
sometimes
that."
so there's games too. I will give them specific things like if like I'll tell them during practice during the week, if you're not closing out, you're coming out. Like if you're guarding somebody, you don't get a hand up, I'm pulling you. Or if you don't get back on defense before them, you're coming out. And then I give that coach that task. Like, let me know if anyone doesn't close out because this is the best 3-point shooting team we play all year. I got to yank them. And I yank them and put them. There's a couple kids over the last 4 or 5 years that started doing this. Started they doing that, they're out. Like, stop talking to, and like, you talk to your teammates. Why are you talking to the officials? So yank. So they are personnel basically, and I give them specific things. On specific,
Okay.
like you didn't boxing out was something we were struggling with last year. Someone didn't box out, they're coming out, and then we set them down. We'll put them right back in. You didn't box out. Why didn't you box out? Well, what? I'm just
Sounds like us.
yeah.
And blackout worth of crap. It really hurt us. I'm gonna have to do more rebounding stuff this year.
Yeah, it's got it. The best rebounding stuff is doing it in your drills. I'm telling you, you just got to pound it in your drills, and that's where my assistant coaches will do that. Like like Nate will just watch rebounding in practice, and if they're not going the offensive class, if they're not boxing out, he's on them. That's his job. Like, we're running this, you're on rebounding, you're on rebounding, you're on rebounding, and that's all he's harping on. Because whatever you emphasize, they're going to do, right?
Yeah, yep.
And we can't emphasize everything because there's only one of us. Mine is turnovers. They know if I kick the bleachers or they turn the ball over, I am not happy. I cannot handle turnovers. It is literally one of my pet peeves.
That is my number one pet peeve.
And I think it's the key to winning basketball games at the high school level. Don't turn the ball over.
It is.
It is. You can't turn the ball over. Like, we were turning it over like 18-19 a clip at the beginning of the season. And we had like an hour meeting after a practice once. And I said, I said, we want to hold every team to 55 points and we have to have less than 12 turnovers. I said, if you do these two things, we'll win every game the rest of the season. And we only lost to Middleton the rest of the way. And they were ranked 2 in the state. I said, we'll win every game, but you're giving them 6 more possessions. We're not that good.
No, you're right. I think it was I forget his name. I was listening to the Arkansas head coach.
And Mike Neighbors, maybe?
No, from the men's side.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
What's his name? Is it Arkansas or is it
Arkansas? I don't remember. I do so many. I don't remember.
But he was talking about because I hear so much about shot selection, which I agree, but he's like he didn't say that. I thought it was interesting because he said we don't really look at shot selection. He really hones in on the turnovers. If we don't turn it over and we get a shot off, that's a good possession.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it is. And to be honest with you, they know, like, everyone on my team, with the exception of a couple kids who, whether they make the team or not, I don't know, but they all know what I want shot selection wise. They know the hierarchy of who's taking shots for our team next year right now. I'm guarantee it. So you're right. I don't worry about that as much because you take those, you're not gonna make them. Not in our
Yep.
league. Yeah.
Yep. Eric Musselman, does that sound familiar?
Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
He's
so
intense.
he is. He
He's
is.
very intense.
So I'm looking at having 4 assistants, and I know you said the same thing. Did you say you had actually someone maybe looking at taking a shot chart?
Yeah, I usually have a manager do the shot chart, but a shot chart would be good. Um, Again, I got like 17 managers. I'm in a big school, so I never have a
Uh,
problem with managers.
you're lucky.
And I'm lucky. They don't come to practice because they're a distraction, but they come to games. Yes, that a shot chart would be useful, I think, and they could also probably the person that's doing shot charts could probably keep turnovers for you too.
Okay. Yeah.
And if it's just your turnovers, you know. Um,
And you said somebody was looking at bonus free
yeah,
throws.
I have them keeping the key stats. So if you ever come to one of our games, you'll see my one assistant will always hold up after timeout how many timeouts we have, who has the possession, whether we're in the bonus or not. And he holds up a little. I will have set it in the timeout, but he holds it up. So as they're leaving the timeout, hey, remember we got 2 timeouts left. Remember we got 2 full timeouts left. Our rule with timeouts is loose ball, all that kind of stuff. We never take a timeout. If there's a scramble, we never take a timeout, ever.
I've read about that too.
Never, ever, ever, ever. My theory is it's a scrub or it's a loose ball like football. Go get it. We're gonna go get it, and then we know that we're gonna go get it, and we know that we're gonna try to find somebody. Those 5 timeouts are too valuable. We're not wasting one in the 3 minutes into the game on a loose ball. We're just gonna go get the loose ball.
Yeah.
So they know that. That's a rule that has been pounded into their heads that they will do not take a timeout. Go get it. But that's going back to the rule. That's why we always hand it out. I want them to know. I'll say it, but sometimes they don't always hear that stuff in the huddle. So remember, we got 2 timeouts left. We have 2 timeouts left. Remember, they got no timeouts left. Don't touch the ball if they make it. All that stuff we're always saying it over and over to them, even as they're walking out of the huddle.
That's a good one. I think that's important because it's like you said, it's pretty chaotic and you're already trying to figure out.
To be honest with you, the girls are better listeners than the boys. From having coached girls and boys, the girls are better listeners.
I heard this from somebody. I don't know if it was I was reading a book and he said, you know what the difference is between girls and boys? He said, if you go storming in at halftime and things aren't going right, and the coach says, we need to do this and we need to do that, boys say, well,
It's
he's not
Johnny.
talking.
It's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, yeah. And girls say, oh my God, he's talking about me.
It's 100% true. Like, so I mean, I don't embarrass kids ever, and I don't really yell much. But if I need to make a point, I'm going at them. Like, I'm going to go at like my best player and say, you're not doing what you are not. I'll stand 6 feet from him and go, you're not. I remember my high school coach doing that to me because I had scored a lot in the first half. I was playing no D, and I remember him just pulling me. I mean, I was so pissed. I played such good defense the second half. I was so pissed. I still remember that. That was 40 years ago. It's like, how? But he made his point. He made his point. He called me out, said, you ain't playing any D. It's like, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. What good is it if you score 20 and you give up 22?
I know. It doesn't.
My very first year coaching girls, the one and only time I told I told a girl at halftime, I said, you shut your mouth. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not coaching boys anymore.
Yeah.
But that one girl is now my assistant.
It's
Well,
and every kid's different. Like talking about Jake, I could handle Jake. Jake's grandpa is Barry Alvarez. Trust me, I could handle Jake different than I could handle other kids. Like I could yell at him like I could, he had been yelled at in his life before. Like me yelling at him was nothing. So it was like I could do that, but I read my kid,
Every kid is different.
Every kid.
You got to find out how they tick.
But
And
I think it's also sitting down with them. This has been amorphosis with my second staff that happened maybe 7-8 years ago, is sitting down and trying to figure out what their strengths are too, on the bench. What can be, maybe they're just a defensive coach and they're worried about what you're doing defensively and blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
whatever. I would sit down with them and say, hey, what do you think? I need some help. Like, because it's hard enough to coach. We're not baseball coaches. We don't have, 10 seconds between pitches to think. We got to
I
think on our
know.
feet.
I watch. Well, I don't a lot, but like baseball, I was watching the game on ESPN, which I don't do a lot. I'm like, are they interviewing this player as he's in the outfield and the game is going on?
I know. It's crazy.
There, there's
Like,
nothing like basketball, and that's why
even football, they get a rest. They get a rest. They get 30 seconds between whatever it is
yeah,
between plays. It's like you don't get
I
that in
know.
basketball. Time
I
free
have,
throw, maybe.
especially in the summer, I have to be very careful because I think we all know when it comes to each sport, basketball is so intense and there's more skill work involved than anything else.
Yeah,
I
there
kind of
is.
jokingly, to some of the girls, like, I don't say it, like, what are you going to go in the gym and work on your bumps? Like, you could do that in the bathroom.
I
I
know.
don't
Well,
get it.
volleyball's hurt girls basketball in Wisconsin. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. It's hurt
You know,
our girls volleyball. I can tell you that. Yeah.
whether they
Basketball, I
want
mean.
to, yep, whether they want to be truthful or not, um, it's sad the game is changing. I mean, just go on with sports. Every year there's a 25 to 30% turnover rate for coaches.
I know. And the thing is with here's what I tell the basketball coach and I tell our basketball coach. The difference is, why girls like volleyball and they like soccer? It's more of a sense of community. It's a rah community thing. You have to bring that to basketball. You have to try to bring
Yeah.
that community to basketball. Because I coached boys volleyball for 7 years. Trust me, volleyball is a whole different world, like whole different world. But it's very much this close knit. No one respects. I mean, no one knew I was even coaching volleyball. To be honest with you, in our school, they didn't even know I quit for like 2 years. You're not coaching anymore? I go, no, I'm not coaching volleyball anymore. They didn't even know. So that's what I'm saying. And then they definitely know I'm the basketball coach. But that's what I'm saying. It's like there's this thing. It's weird. But
We didn't we needed a volleyball coach this year for girls. They couldn't find one. Somebody who didn't want it end up taking it. It's such in disarray, but yet girls go out and we observe it from our school and it's like and girls openly admit it's like, well, I don't have to work as hard. And
I can specialize too.
yeah.
That's the difference. I can be the libero. I can be the setter. I can be just a server. I mean, you can't specialize. Kobe was good at everything. LeBron was good at everything.
Yep,
Giannis is good at everything.
yep.
I
Same
know.
with softball. It's
I
just
will try to find that sheet for you though. If it's not in, I got to do some stuff later in the week on Teach Hoop, so I will
I
either
gotta
find
look.
it.
I've been a member and I will be honest, I haven't gone through everything. I'm just scrolling through and there's some good stuff on there.
I know, and I got a bunch of stuff to add. August is my month to add.
Okay.
To be
Well, let me
honest
know
with
if
you.
you come across that. I appreciate it. I'm just looking to empower my assistants and give them something to do so they don't get off get off course, if that makes
Yes.
sense.
Well, and you know what it does is it focuses them too. It
Yeah.
does. It
Well,
focuses.
they
Otherwise, they're
need it.
watching the game. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't
It's like
watch.
anybody can follow the ball.
I've had 2 really bad years of coaching in my entire career, and it was the 2 years I coached my son because I always caught myself watching the game. And you can't watch the game; you have to coach the game. So
Yeah.
it was the best 2 years, and it was also the hardest 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I'd sit there and watch. I was like, I should have been up there in popcorn and watching it rather than it's so hard. And that's what they're doing as assistants is they're really
Mhm.
watching.
Yes.
Um,
Very
unless you give
true.
them some. Now, if they're around long enough, they kind of learn what they got to do. But yeah, it takes some time. I will
Yeah.
find that, and if I don't,
Okay.
email me in a week or so, and I will dig it
Thank
out. You know,
Hey, if
Paul.
I ever need something quick in the future, am I supposed to still be emailing Amy at
Yeah, email
teachers.com?
if you can you can email me, I can email you back, but she's in charge of my schedule. So email her if you want to get on the schedule, and she'll just say, "Hey, Steve's like the early next week. I'm gone for a couple days, so she
Okay.
knows my schedule. She'll just pop you in
Well, I could
even
have
once
just
school starts.
um I emailed and asked, but I thought there was a little bit more packed into it. So I appreciate the
Yeah,
one-on-one
no
time.
problem, no problem. She'll take care of that, and then if you got just a question like, "Holy crap," that I can do. I just do it on my phone when I'm putzing around or walking the dogs or something. That's
Okay,
fine. Okay.
sounds
See
good.
ya.
Well, hey,
Yep. Bye.
appreciate it. Thanks,
Yep.
Steve.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to support us, you want to help us keep the lights on here at teachhoops.com, go over, join, 14-day free trial, and then stop the car, subscribe, like, Apple 5-star review. That would be good. All right. Maybe. Have a good day. Bye.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown. Because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon. And it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.
The right window treatments change everything. Your sleep, your privacy, the way every room looks and feels. At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years making it surprisingly simple to get exactly what your home needs. We've covered over 25 million windows and have 50,000 5-star reviews to prove we deliver. Whether you DIY it or want a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we have you covered. Real design professionals, free samples, zero pressure. Right now, get up to 45% off site-wide, plus get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions apply.